Did you just buy a Samsung Galaxy Note 4? Trying to figure out how to use some of the cool features? Or maybe you're just not sure of some of the less known features? Well, I'm here to help. What's going on, guys? This is Mo for Phone Fight, and today I bring you some of the tips and tricks for your Galaxy Note 4. Make sure to subscribe for more in-depth videos, tips, and tricks. And share this video for those who need help. Put on your seatbelts because we're getting started. Many of you might be stepping up to this massive phone from a much smaller phone and may need some help getting used to the size. For those who need help adjusting, there is one-handed operation. To activate this, simply go into Settings, scroll down until you get to one-handed operation, click that. Then what you want to do is go into Reduce Screen Size, turn that on. And now what this allows us to do is simply swipe to the right and back, and it basically minimizes the screen. You could then enlarge it. Let's say you want to just resize it to your liking. That's all you'd have to do. Another feature to help managing with the size is going to be one-handed input mode. So let's go back into the settings. We're going to enlarge this back to the normal size screen, and then we're going to go down to one-handed operation again. And what we're going to go and do this time is one-handed input. We're going to turn this on. And what this does basically is utilizes the smaller keyboard, smaller calculator, and smaller pattern for the lock screen. So this is going to make it where if you did go into the phone dialer, you see the buttons are much smaller. So now it is easier to use one hand. There is also something called Side Key Panel, which allows you to use the home, back, and multitasking buttons, and allows them to appear on the side. So for that, what we're going to do is go into one-handed operation again, and we're going to hit down to Side Key Panel right there. And it's on right now. So what that basically does is allows you to simply swipe from the side, and now you have the home, back, and multitasking buttons that you can move around. Speaking of multitasking buttons, Samsung has slightly revamped the way that you can multi-window on the Note. The original method of holding down the back button for quick access to the apps is still there. However, a more sensible option is also available. So what we're going to do is press the multitasking button. Any compatible apps, you just hit that icon right there, the multitasking icon, and now we have where it brings up your recent apps and also compatible apps that you could use with the split screen. So for this, let's go ahead and choose the Play Store. So now we have where half of the screen is using the internet, the other half is using the Play Store. And it is going to work pretty flawlessly when you use it through that multitasking icon. Of course, you can resize each page however you like, and then you could just click it, exit out. Now we're on that one page. That's it. Holding the back button will also allow you to use the pop-up windows. With this new iteration of the Note software, Samsung allows users to open up to 5 apps in smaller windows. So for example, we're going to pick right here, Camera. So we got that in a smaller window. Let's do this again. We're going to hold down the back button. So we already picked Camera. Let's hold down we still have the back button there. Let's now pick Calendar. Just simply touching them will bring up this pop-up right here. You can also bring them down into smaller little bubbles. So let's hold that down again. So we bring that over. And as it said right there, the camera only supports pop-up view. And if you touch that little icon, you can minimize it, you can expand it. And for certain apps, you can copy certain things off of the app and paste it into another. So like right there, you could copy, if it was a text app, you can copy some of the text and send it into another one. When you minimize it, it basically turns into a small mini widget that you can move around anywhere. When you're ready to use it again, just tap it. A 16 megapixel camera also has a few tricks of its own. So let's open up the camera app. And then let's say you want to take a picture. Well, rather than looking for this on-screen shutter button, what you can do is simply go into the settings, press those 3 dots for the menu, and you could change the shutter button. So basically you can use tap to take pics, simply touch that, and now you simply touch the screen and you take pictures. There's even simpler ways that you can do this. So now press those 3 buttons again, go down to the volume key. Press the volume key, and you could select what you want the volume keys to do. You could take pictures, record video, or zoom. I already have it set on taking pictures, so you simply set that, aim, press the volume button, and you shoot. The last thing that I really like is voice control. You hit the voice control, hit the settings. We're going to go into voice control right over there. We're going to turn it on. And it says right here, you could smile, cheese, capture, or shoot. That's all you have to say. So we're going to go back, and just like that, shoot, capture, cheese, smile. And all of those work by snapping the pictures. You get to keep both hands on your phone and keep your eyes on the shot. Shutter reachability has also been approved for the selfie shot camera. Now you can simply use the heart rate sensor on the back as a shutter. So just like this, and there you go, it takes a picture. Just as long as it senses a face that is in the shot, it will take you, it will allow you to take the pictures with the heart rate sensor. Now we're going to go in to show you different modes that are available for the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 camera. So if you slide down, you see where it says manage modes. You can also download new modes. So if you're not happy with the selection they already give you, you can go into their app market for their cameras, and you could download separate modes and apps that you want to download to use with your camera, which is pretty awesome, because as more developers make more modes, that's going to definitely help with having the awesome camera. And of course, with such an awesome camera, there are going to be plenty of shots snapped with the Note. However, some of those photos might be vulnerable to the common creeper. For those sensitive pictures or anything else you want to keep private, Samsung brings you a setting called private mode. So go into settings, scroll down until you get to private mode, which is right there. And with private mode, you could set a password, passcode, pattern, or even your fingerprint to lock away those important files. Go into settings, scroll down to personalization, and select private mode. We're going to hit next, next, and basically you can hide away your gallery, video, music, voice recorder, files, and S-Note. You can select the ones that you want to lock away, and basically by setting up the pattern, pin, password, or fingerprint, you can have those private pictures that you want only to yourself. But sometimes photos aren't the only thing you want to yourself. With blocking mode, you can disable any alerts and notification lights while a call or text is incoming. Simply go to settings. You're going to scroll down to get to blocking mode, which is right here. You can then customize it to activate during certain times, which you could see right here. And you could also allow only certain contacts to come through. And speaking of contacts, Action Memo is an awesome way for you to store contacts into your phone book. By either pulling the S Pen out of the phone, you get this little Action Memo icon right there. And once it pops up, let's say you want to save this as a phone number, you click on that right there, this little cloud looking button right here. It selects the text that you just wrote, and you hit phone. And right now, just put that into the dialer. So it's as if I'm dialing. If you wanted to save that as a contact, you could do that as well. So let's go into that. And now you just save that into contacts, creates a new user into your phone book. Simple as that. Also, if that pop-up window did disappear, you can always just press and hold this button on the side of the S Pen, double tap the screen, and that will pop up with the Note. We already have one open, so what we're going to do is X this out, discard. We're going to double tap the screen. That will bring up Action Note. And the awesome thing about Action Note is it also works on a lock screen. So just double tap the lock screen and it pops up. You don't even have to unlock your phone. I did try this with my fingerprint enabled, and it still allowed me to take advantage of the Action Note. Another great feature of the S Pen is the ability to select multiple sections of the screen and accumulate them to a shareable folder. Simply click Smart Select. So what we're going to do is put the pen back in there, wait for that pop-up window to come up, and there's Smart Select. It brings up like a little lasso square onto your phone screen. Just select what you want to keep. You hit that and you hit the Save button right there. and it adds it into a little folder that you can move around. Let's say we want to add a few more pictures into that. Hit that plus button, and now it brings up that lasso again. We're going to select this part right here. We're not done yet. We want to do a few more. Hit that plus button again. Do this on the bottom, these icons. Throw that in there. And now when you click this, you could share these with certain apps. Like you could send it through Facebook, all those pictures. You could send it in a message, and you could even use it as an S Note. And another nice thing is how the S Pen now functions as a PC mouse to select content from certain applications. Operation is super easy. Just click the button and highlight what you want to select. So let's go into the internet. To get rid of this, you just press and hold it and send it to the delete. Let's delete that. And now to select things, you can simply just highlight what you want to select. And then, of course, you can copy, you could share the text, you could even translate or use a dictionary, which is pretty awesome. You could even use Google to search, and whatever you highlight will be searched in Google. The fact that they made this usable as a PC mouse is awesome. I mean, it's just the easiest way to highlight text and use things. And sometimes you remove this pen from the holder and you don't see the pop-up menu anymore. Fear not, all you have to do is hover the S Pen over the screen and double tap this button, and there you go, it brings up the pop-up menu. Brings it up, all you have to do is hover it, double tap the button, and there's the pop-up menu. Speaking of menus, you may have noticed that the menu button has been removed. The multitasking button now doubles as a menu button. So all you'd have to do is long press the multitasking button, and that brings up your settings. So let's go into here where our app drawer, long press the multitasking button, and it selects the menu for you, which is pretty awesome. I mean, if you didn't know that. So now this multitasking button acts as a menu button and as a multitasking operation. Another thing you might have noticed is the new Flipboard briefing feature when you scroll all the way to the left. Many people will find it usable, but there are also many who prefer the traditional home screen layout. To get rid of this, all you have to do is simply pinch the home screen, go to home screen settings, uncheck Flipboard briefing, and now when we go back home, our home is back to normal. You could scroll all the way through. And sometimes a lot of people might complain about Samsung's appearance of the lock screen animation. And it could be a bit peeving. If you're not a fan of the traditional bubble effect, just go into settings, scroll down till you get to lock screen. As long as it's already on swipe, just go to unlocking effect and select the different ones that you would want. They have a new one called abstract tiles. Let's select that. Let's go back to our lock screen. And for some reason it didn't save. Let's try this again. Lock screen, unlock effect. We're going to do abstract tiles and hit save. That's where I messed up. We're going to go back to the lock screen. Lock that. And now you see we have a whole new pattern, which is pretty cool. I have not messed with this yet. So there it is. So that was pretty easy. Not as easy as Samsung's easy mode. To activate easy mode, go into settings and we got to turn easy mode on. So click easy mode, and we're going to click easy mode on, and we're going to click done. And what this is going to do is make the home screen and the home pages much easier and simpler layout. For any experienced Android user, this might be a bit too easy. For others coming from a simpler operating system, this may be just what the doctor ordered. For those of you still learning, whether it be the new operating system or as a student, Samsung brings us a new audio recorder. So go into voice recorder right here, and it allows us to change the mode of recording, utilizing the additional microphones for a clear sound. So there's normal mode, interview mode, meeting mode, and voice memo. So what this does is uses the different microphones that are available on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, and it basically detects whether you're speaking from this side or this side, and allows for a much clearer audible experience. Samsung also gives us a new picture note for easily snapping pictures of text and converting it into an editable note format. you can then easily erase and modify the text. What you got to do is go into it. Mine came installed with the widget. However, if you go into S Note, there will be a camera icon. Just click that camera icon. Take a picture of any text that you would like to convert. So let's say you're in a classroom and you wanted to convert some of the writing on the board. Take that picture, let it do its thing. It's going to select the area, hit that check mark. Now it's converting that photo. Hit that check mark again. It's detecting the text when it does that. So now that the text is detected, it takes us into the note. And now here is the note, that the text that we just copied. What you want to do now is convert to edit. Click that button. And now it's converting the text. And you're going to see something pretty awesome right now. Now this text is there as if you wrote it out on your note. So you want to edit something, hit that eraser button. And you know what? I don't agree with that. So I'm going to erase that right there. But I'm going to keep the rest. So you could simply erase the parts that you choose to erase, replace it. So imagine how helpful that would be in the classroom, taking pictures of the teacher's notes on the whiteboard, going home and erasing the things that are not essential while keeping the things that you really want to keep. I think that's an awesome feature that might be underrated. And with all these awesome features, surely they're going to put a toll on your battery. Don't call me Shirley, right? Thankfully, for us, Samsung has thought ahead and included an ultra power saving mode. This mode allows us to survive under extreme circumstances, stretching your battery life from minutes to hours and even days. Simply scroll down from the quick settings, go into ultra power saving mode right here, and you're going to be greeted. So we're going to turn this on right now. You'll be greeted by a grayscale scheme taking full advantage of the AMOLED display. LTE is going to be switched off, and so will Bluetooth. I could tell just because my watch just vibrated, meaning that I lost connection to my phone. And you're going to be limited to just a few apps, but this feature alone could be the lifesaver you need when away from the charger. And of course, perhaps the best tip I can recommend for this and all other phones is to subscribe to Phone Fight. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot when people subscribe, and also leave your comments below. For all the latest reviews, unboxing, and tips, be sure to click the like button. Hope this video helped, and thanks for watching.